So I guess I'm saying I like them both, but I guess I do have a soft spot.
So go with that. So in fairness to your question, I'll say my favorite was Gabriel in Unfinished Business. Because I feel like Gabriel in that episode kind of got to check all the boxes. He's a snarky self, but he also has a purpose, you know, has what he thinks is a moral code, even though it's flawed, and you know, is also sort of setting up to help the boys. So he's sort of like, they brought all the greatest hits of that character into that episode, and I think that's probably my favorite episode for that character. Thank you. Over here.
Hi. I was wondering if you had any like pieces of parenting advice that was like a surprise to you or something that you hadn't expected before becoming a parent.
I was all surprised. Parenting advice.
When people first said, when I was having babies, before I had my first baby, people would always say like, it changes your life. Oh my God, you're like a different person after you have kids. And I did not find that to be true. I'm still me. I'm just me with a kid. You know what I mean? And I actually was like, pleased to find that out. You're still you. You're just you with this new responsibility. And you find out what you're capable of. That you're capable of love in a way that you didn't know was possible. And then when you have another child, you're like, well, there's no way I'm gonna love this next one as much as I love this person. You realize you've got enough love in you to love this other child, and now he had a third. You know what I mean? You're capable of so much love. I mean, that's something really cool, I think, to find out about yourself.
The moments that annoy people when you're telling stories, like I'll say children's stories don't translate well. Because you'll think your kid is the funniest thing or sweetest thing ever, and you try to tell somebody that story and you literally put them to sleep. However, I'm going to tell one now. This story has become slightly famous in our social group. So
It's great stuff.
When you're teaching your kid to use a toilet, it's a dramatic process because they're used to just going in their trousers. So when you gotta inject these steps into it, like going to a toilet and sitting down. And so what you do is you're very encouraging. Anytime your son or daughter does it correctly, it gets on the little bitty potty and goes in their can, you're like, good job, buddy, good job. You make a big display of it because you want the positive reinforcement of doing this thing. So we're doing it with my first son. And at one point, also children never leave you alone, never, never, never. Never leave you alone. When they can walk, they can follow, and they will follow you everywhere, and it does not matter what you're doing. It does not matter what you were doing. So I was dropping the kids off at the pool, as they say, myself, and at a normal speed, not
This never happens to me because I poop so
I know, the kids don't think you poop. They just see a door swing open and closed. And I'm in there, doing my thing, and Steve, my oldest, walks in, just a toddler, and he goes, Dad, I go poo-poo? And I go, yeah, buddy, I'll poo-poo. And he goes, good job, Dad! Story got told at that time and has been sort of a shared story in our social group a long time. So
I guess the last thing I'll say about it is another thing I did was not prepared for. People tell you this and you're like, yeah. Is that they freaking grow up. They grow up, and before you know it, my son is taller than me now. And even when I said I had my first baby, like my first baby's going, Dad, come on. Like his voice is lower than mine. He's taller than me. He's a man. He's a young man, and that's nutty.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
We're gonna go first to here next.
Hi guys. Wow, I can't look at you. Hi everybody. I'm gonna talk to you instead. I just have a question for you guys. In the French mistake, if it had not been Sam and Dean going through the portal, but if it had been season 14 Chuck and Gabriel going through, what would the first thing be? And what would Chuck react like?
Rob, you were just talking about this backstage. Bob, I'll take it.
Well, Chuck would react like anything because he made it. He'd be like, oh, now I'm in this dimension. Right, it's the television show. They're making the television show of the thing. It looks like the thing. Like the thing. It's like that. So I don't think Chuck would be that blown away by it. He's very aware of the different dimensions. You know, in one of the dimensions, it's all squirrels, right? So, you know, to him, this is just another Tuesday. But Gabriel, Rich was telling me earlier that Gabriel would definitely have a different reaction. Rich?
Turner and Hooch, and I'd be the dog. Thank you very much. You.
Hi. This is a question for Rich, actually, but I just want to say that I love you both, and you guys are hilarious. You are the best duo besides Jensen and Jared.
Are we the only duo besides Jensen?
I guess. Well, there's also Kim and Brianna.
Yeah. They're pretty great, though.
So we got bronze.
Yeah, we got bronze. That's all right. Take bronze. Take third.
So,
We're on the podium.
my question is for Rich. If you could go back to the Changing Channels verse, and if you could drop off Sam and Dean in any TV verse, where would you put them in?
Judge Judy. Put them in Judge Judy. And I'd have them on one side and God on the other, and she would sort this shit out.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad idea. You.
Hey guys, I'm Dakota.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I was wondering, without giving any spoilers or anything away, my question is for Rob. How do you think that they're going to handle, if they do, Chuck? Because other than tomorrow, I really don't see any possibility that's going to happen.
Yeah, I can see why you think that. It's hard to answer without giving anything away, but...
No spoilers, Bobo. No
I know.
spoilers.
I'm not gonna. You always bring.
Well, you're...
But they're definitely gonna have to figure out a way. I'll say this. We'll figure it out. We'll find out this season. We're gonna find out how they're gonna have to figure it out.
Good enough.
Amara would be a good place to start. I agree with you. Let's ask Emily. I haven't said anything. I don't know.
Here.
Before I ask my question, I just wanted to tell Rob that we share the same birthday, so happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you.
And my question is for both of you. How similar do you think you are to your character?
Well, Rob definitely has a God complex, and I'm a Newton Porn, so we're exactly the same as our characters. It's spot on. Thank you very much.
I make people call me God backstage. And Rich,
I'm always
never see you
wanting-
without two strippers.
Always wanting people screw you.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hey,
I wanted to ask you if you have seen the comic strip with Chuck and Gabe when Gabe makes the platypus.
I know the Scout books. You know, God gave stuff. Never
It's
know.
like a 3-panel comic strip when Chuck's is busy making things and young Gabriel comes up and says, I want to make something too. So Chuck just gives him, he calls it a box of spare parts. Hours later, Chuck is looking for young Gabe, and he's like, where are you, my son? And Gabe says, Dad, look what I made. And it's a platypus.
That makes sense.
And Chuck goes, what is that? And Gabe's like, can we keep it? So Chuck's like, no, yeah, just put it in Australia with the rest of the things.
That really happened.
I do.
I gotta be honest. That's the first time I've ever heard a dramatic reading of a comic strip.
wondering, what do you think of it personally, and what would your characters think if that actually happened?
Love it and love it. Rob?
I love the Scout. I think it's the Scout's the one. Scout's supposed to what you're talking about. God gave.
Pretty sure.
It might be one of hers.
Pretty sure
It's
Scout.
not a God and Gabe.
Oh.
It's not one of those. It's literally like a Tumblr post that 3 different people drew additions to it.
Oh, interesting. Well, anyway, I mean, yeah, Rob likes it, and God approves. God approves.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Jim?
My question's for the both of you. What are your Harry Potter Hogwarts houses? Because I'm a Ravenclaw, and I gotta say, you guys are my inspiration, and I love you both. Awesome.
Thank you. I am a Hufflepuff. And Rob's will blow your house down.
It's versus Hufflepuff. It's a great, valiant effort. Huff and stuff.
And I'm an H&R puppet stuff. And Rob's a dragon claw. You didn't like I'm a Hufflepuff and you're blowing your house down?
Say it, I'm a Hufflepuff.
What are the other ones? There's Hufflepuff,
Ravenclaw.
Slytherin, Griffin, and Wickendor. Gryffindor. Not Wickerdor. This door is made of wicker. Anybody can break through this door. This was a mistake. You should use wizard-like powers to make this door from wood, and then change the group name to Wickendor.
Wickerdor.
Wickerdor.
Welcome to Wickerdor.
Wickerdor. I didn't hear you come in. I know, the door makes no noise. You.
Hi. I was wondering if God, like the season 11 iteration where he's not a jerk and he's kind of funny, if he interacted with Gabriel, what would like his reaction to like all the stuff Gabriel has been doing this whole time be? Like, what would that interaction be like?
Same as
What
it
is,
is.
what is it? Remind me real quick. God, season 11. What was the episode there?
That's when Amara was
Right.
wreaking havoc, and I had to come back. But by the way, still got a sense of humor. Still a likable, funny guy. I'm just having a moment. We all have temper tantrums, right? Some days you're like, damn it, and I'm going, me, damn it. That being said,
But when you say me, damn it, it's damned. You literally damned it. So
That's right.
you gotta be careful. Words hurt.
you better be careful.
But no spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, they've always had a contentious relationship. If we take us back to season 11, I still got you locked up and your mouth shut,
Yeah.
which I like to call the good years. But yeah, look, I have a couple of boys that are trouble. You get it. You have your father three boys.
I have yet to sew their mouths shut. Yeah. Two schools of thought.
Much bigger stage we're playing on. So yeah, but look, I love Gabriel, like I love all my children. But he's a naughty boy, and sometimes he needs to go to his room. 3 trillion years.
Fair.
So that's all. But I'm happy that he made his way back out. No spoilers, but
No spoilers.
season
None.
13.
None.
Season 13.
Wait a minute.
I can talk about that. Anyway, I don't know.
You.
Hi, this question's for Rob.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about Missouri?
Oh man, I love Missouri. Where are my Missouri peeps? Yeah.
I'm going to let you answer this, but I'm going to tell you again.
No spoilers.
Spoilers.
I grew up in Columbia, Missouri. It's a university town where University of Missouri is, and it was a great place to grow up. And one of my favorite things about Missouri, not a lot of people know, is we have like the most caves. We've got like so many caves in Missouri. And I used to go spelunking and cave diving, and that was really fun and super scary. So that's a little known fact. And I like that we have Kansas City and St. Louis. Those are beautiful cities. And
Good barbecue in your state.
good, yeah, Kansas City barbecue, jazz, lots of stuff. Yeah, it's just a beautiful state, and Lake of the Ozarks.
Are you from there?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
St. Louis.
Hey,
Got the
all right.
arch. Let's not forget the arch.
Arch.
Great
I'm a
monument.
big Cardinals fan.
Yeah.
Huge St. Louis Cardinals fan. And yeah, so I'd say caves and
He's in cards.
and cards, caves and cards. But yeah, I was just saying it was an awesome place to grow up. We had really fond memories of growing up there.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Go Mizzou.
So my question's for Rob. My friend and I have been arguing about this for a while, but since we all know that Chuck is orchestrating everything behind the scenes in the season 14 finale, did Chuck already know that Sam was going to shoot him?
Good question. I guess, and I'm with you here. We're just trying to figure it out, right? Yes. I guess you have to think that he.
Is that a spoiler?
Only if you haven't seen 14. Sorry, I don't know. I think you'd have to think, right? That he does. He knows everything before it happens.
He seemed a little surprised to me.
I mean, if you ever get shot, it's a bit alarming when it actually happens. You know what I'm saying? If I'm like, shoot me, bitch. Look good, shoot me in the shoulder. Shoot me. Oh my God, you shot me!
By the way, Rob Benedict acting, everybody. Thank you, everyone. You.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I love you both.
Thank you.
My question's for Rob. I first saw you in Waiting.
Cool.
And I wanted to know what your experience was filming that.
It was awesome. It was like a big party. It was, as people, we were doing what those characters were doing. Like, well, not all of it, but we were having like a great time. We were in New Orleans. We were there for about a month, and it was such a fun group of people. And we all hung out together. We all liked each other a lot, and we would just go out and stay up all night long, and then have to get up and go to work the next day. We were kids, and it was super fun. It was just like super fun. Ryan was great, and Justin Long was a super cool dude. Anna Faris, and we just had a great time in New Orleans.
It's a great cast, man.
Yeah, it was a really super cast, and yeah, I miss him. We should do a reunion. That'd be fun.
Thank you so much.
There was a Waiting too.
Oh, Rob was in Waiting too. Rob was in Waiting too, and he made out with Danielle Ackles.
That's right. Before she was Ackles.
And then Rob wrote a scene in Kings of Con and handpicked Mandy Cohen, Matt's wife, to make out with her. And then he called me. He said, "You think your wife would do a short film?" And I said, "Mac, now fuck off, man." That's what I said.
It's all true. True stories.
Oh, Liz Benedict over here.
Mandy was the right person for that role.
Take after take he did. Rob, we got that one. I need one more for me.
It's not true.
Rob, we're changing. There's no film in the camera. I go, we'll rehearse it. Come on, Mandy. Pig. And on Matt's birthday of all days, you bring this up.
You brought it up.
Oh, did I? Thank you, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank
You.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
My question is for Rob. So we know that Chuck's probably going to be a problem in season 15, and I was just curious if it was intentional long term that the first episode we ever see him in was titled "The Monster" at the end of this book.
I'm going to go ahead and say this right now for you.
Okay.
No spoilers.
I do think that that's pretty cool. That's like that kind of ties in. Whether or not that was planned, I really don't know. In the same way, like I'm not sure, and I should ask him at some point if Kripke had it in mind when I was introduced that I was going to eventually be God. I know that at the end of season 5, he knew that I was God, because he told me, but I don't know earlier. But yeah. I didn't say anything.
my school has a morning news program, and it's called HTV, and I was wondering if you have any advice on like working with TV stuff.
See, I missed a lot of that.
Her school has a program, a news program, called HTV.
And do you have any advice with working with TV program stuff?
Any guys work TV program stuff? At USC, did you ever do anything with the film department or the TV department?
Yeah, we did a bunch of short films for the people who were over there making movies, the kids studying. Can you narrow your question just a skosh? Like, what is it you're trying to do?
Like, there's irising and teleprompter and, like, working with the gym camera.
Well, that's all stuff you could be, those are great things to learn if you want to end up being in entertainment or just know how that works. So, I mean, I don't think there's any advice we can offer except for take advantage of the program offered by your school, because that's stuff you usually have to be in the film business to learn. So, getting the opportunity to learn it at school is great.
And that stuff, like on news programs, it seems to me the more time you are around the equipment and work with the equipment, the more comfortable you are. And that's what you're trying to achieve, is just to be comfortable on a set like that, because quite often big decisions are happening really quickly when you're doing it in the real world, and you just want to be comfortable enough to be able to shift and with different problems or different things that you might have to do. I mean, Richard and I, most of our experience on news type programs has come just doing interviews on them.
Right.
But even that is like, it can be nerve-wracking. They're like doing your makeup or setting your microphone, like, oh, by the way, don't say the word okay, here we go. You know what I mean? It's like, give you this weird piece of advice, like, wait, what? And you just have, and then you're on.
Don't look Carl in the eye. And
What? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just spending more time around there.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
It's great that your high school or your school has that.
Sounds like a great program. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, you guys. I was wondering, Richard, when did they tell you your character was going to be Gabriel? And Rob, when did they tell you you were going to be God? And like, what was your reaction to that?
I found out when I got the script for Changing Channels. When they sent me the script for that, I was like, it was just, they never told me as a conversation. It was just revealed to me when they gave me the script. And I thought it was awesome, because though I had really enjoyed doing the other 2 episodes, they were great experiences and great episodes for me to do as an actor and as a person. But the fact that they then took that character and made that character part of the overall mythology of the show and gave the character a bigger purpose in the arc of the show was really cool for me. So I love it. Bobo?
I found out at the end of season 5 when I got the script for Swan Song. And Eric Kirky called me and told me, it's weird, like I didn't know for sure what it meant when I read the script, that I just like disappeared, wearing a white shirt all of a sudden, and I just disappeared. And then he called me. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're God." I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, that's what it is. You know, like turning the pages, figuring it out." Yeah. So that's what I found out. Thank you.
Thank you. Over here.
Hi, I'm Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
I was just wondering if you've improvised any lines, and if so, what's your favorite one?
In Supernatural? I don't think I've improvised any lines in Supernatural. I'm trying to remember.
Nice moments.
No.
Most of the lines are written.
Yeah, it's pretty. We usually stick pretty close to what the scene is. I don't recall anything improvised. What? That was it. That was written line. Yeah, I don't remember.
A lot of times the things we'll improvise will be like at the end of scenes, and they keep the camera rolling, and it'll just be a look or a bit or like.
Yeah. Yeah, but Supernatural, because the stories are complex and you don't really know, you might be saying a line that affects something 4 episodes down the road that you don't know about. So I know this as a director, they're pretty adamant about keeping actors on script. The only actors who can really change stuff are obviously Jared and Jensen, because they know the characters and story better than anybody, but they're pretty, I like to just kind of stick close to the script on that. So it's all written. And hey, if it looks improvised, that means it was well written. So good. Compliment to the writers. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Rob Benedict.
This is Richard.